final round of the 2022 Autosport International BTRDA Clubmen's Rallycross Championship sees the series head north of the border to the home of Scottish motorsport at the Knockhill circuit near Dunfermline. A slightly reduced field of around 40 cars across the categories for this event. The distance involved one factor and also possibly the weather, a very foggy day here in the Kingdom of Fife. The championship about to be decided not only overall but also across the various classes for the 2022 season. Darren Bleasdale in the super modified class, the favourite for the overall crown. We shall see how things pan out across the day here at Knockhill. First of all, we'll take a lap of the Knockhill Rallycross circuit on board with David Ewan in the Ford Fiesta Evo in the Pre-95 Classic category. Along the top straight, first of all, underneath the bridge, and then down into Duffus Dip, where the circuit turns and drops away to the right. David making a good start in this heat, the man from Cumbria. Then it's into the right-hander at McRae's Corner, named after the legendary Scottish rallying family, and on to the loose on the bottom of the circuit. Some call this straight the Big Dipper. The circuit cuts up and gets decidedly uneven. You bounce up and down like a roller coaster as the day progresses here at Knockhill. Coming out of the Big Dipper, decidedly narrow through there as well, as you can see, between the tyre walls. It is then back onto the tarmac and up to the final corner of this fairly short but tricky Knockhill circuit. This is the triangle with the markers and the stacks of tyres before getting back onto the power through the final right-hander, slide it up onto the tarmac, back on the top straight, and that's a lap of the Knockhill Rallycross course. A foggy start to the finals then, the Cooper Tyres Junior category. Owen Robbins in 927, Corey Paget in 326. Fighting for the championship. Corey Paget won 2 of the heats. Owen Robbins won heat 3. He's travelled more miles than most to be here today, the Devonshire-based driver, but it's Corey Paget who takes the lead down towards the first corner. Finley Scott, the newcomer in the 226 there, the local lad on the outside in the yellow car. All these cars identical 1300cc Suzuki Swifts as they head round on the first lap of this A final for the Cooper Tyres Junior Rallycross class. It is Corey Paget who leads from Finley Scott. Owen Robbins, 4th place is Tyler McAlpin. At the back, Holly Woolley completing her first season of Rallycross. Owen Robbins does not want to be back in 3rd place here. He wants to defeat his arch rival this season, Corey Paget, for the title. His father, Phil Chicken, of course, a regular in the super modified category, and Corey starred internationally this year. He competed in the junior cross car category at the FIA Motorsport Games in France, representing Great Britain, a huge accolade for the BTRDA Clubmen's Rallycross driver. Holly Woolley in the black car dropping back slightly. Finley Scott thinking about having a go for the lead there as they come down into Duffus Dip for the second of these 5 laps. Are we going to have a home winner on his debut? Can he get past Corey Paget? Owen Robbins beginning frustrated in the blue car there, back in 3rd place, looking to retain his junior title. Finley Scott's gone wide. He may drop back here as they come through the bottom section of the course, the Big Dipper. And yes, Robbins is through up into 2nd place. Journey of at least 8 hours to get here from his Devon base up to Knockhill. Brilliant commitment from Owen Robbins and his team, the former mini stocks racer on the short ovals. Short oval racing did used to be held here at Knockhill on the triangle section of the course, the tri-oval. This part of the tarmac circuit you can just see to the left of your screen there through the fog. It's Paget who leads, Robbins now up into 2nd place, Scott 3rd, and in 4th position is Tyler McAlpin. Holly Woolley, she's dropped back a little in the number 59. And Corey Paget hanged on in front then, or can Owen Robbins catch him? There's quite a gap between the 2 of them. These 2 have been arch rivals all the way through the 2022 Autosport International BTRDA Clubmen's Rallycross season. Finley Scott under fire from Tyler McAlpin for that 3rd place. Certainly seen some close racing this year. The other regular winner in the category this year was Will Ovenden, of course, the young man from Kent, but he hasn't contested the full season. Had a couple of A final wins though. Tyler McAlpin's had a final win too. He's down at Pembrey in Wales. He's there in 4th place. He'll take 3rd in the junior points. Owen Robbins was in with a shout of the overall championship coming into today, but only if his main rivals did not start the event. Laps to go there. Corey Paget, could he be heading for the junior rallycross title? We've seen juniors win the overall title in the past, the Constantine family. They've now moved on to greater things. Robbins is definitely closing the gap. You can see how much the gap has come down. He's almost halved it in that last lap alone as they race through the fog here in Scotland. Through the bottom of the circuit, through the Big Dipper, and up towards the tarmac once again, and Owen Robbins is almost with race leader Corey Paget. Now he's going to have to watch his mirrors. Oh, he's gone a bit wide there. He's hit a marker. That's going to lose him some momentum there, Corey Paget. Has he damaged the car? I don't think he has. Just a little bit of bodywork damage on the left front. Robbins trying to go round the outside as they go into the triangle. He now cuts back through the final couple of corners. He's all over it. Going to have a grandstand finish here. The last lap board is out. Can Corey Paget hang on? Scott has closed back up in third place as well, ahead of McAlpin. Three of them together now for the lead in this Cooper Tyres Junior A final. Owen Robbins trying to go all the way around the outside into Duffer's Dip. This is a brave move. They're side by side. He's going to get him on the brakes going into McRae's. That's brilliant from Owen Robbins. He's got him. Paget will fight back up the inside. He won't give way, and there's contact. Sideways goes Owen Robbins. He's pushed out onto the gravel. Now, who's got the lead as they come into the bottom straight? It's Paget who's got it back again. Well, things coming to a head there, coming out of McRae's corner. And Paget back in front as they come up towards the checkered flag. Finlay Scott on his debut in third place. They bounce their way over the Big Dipper. McAlpin's been able to close up as well. But Corey Paget has pulled away as a result of that little tangle coming out of McRae's. And he's coming in to take the checkered flag and the junior category victory, sponsored by Cooper Tyres. Paget takes the checkered flag. Robbins comes over in second. Scott third. McAlpin fourth. And Holly Woolley is further back in fifth place. A lively and controversial final then for the Cooper Tyres junior rallycross category. Confirm the result then. And in fact, Corey Paget was given a 1 second penalty for that contact, dropping him back into second place. So it's Owen Robbins who takes the win. Finlay Scott third ahead of Tyler McAlpin, and Holly Woolley completing the 5 finishers. And that means Owen Robbins does take the junior title, 9 points clear of Corey Paget. McAlpin third ahead of Woolley. Will Ovenden, who didn't contest the full season, down in fifth ahead of James Hawkes. And first season newcomer Ryan Smith completing the top 7. Next we move on to the All-Tool UK modified category. There's just 1 point, the margin in the standings between Alex Fletcher's Honda Civic, James Avison in the Ford Focus. A showdown for the championship then coming into this final round. Fletcher won 2 of the heats, James Avison in the Ford Focus won 1, and it is the Loughborough College Honda Civic of Alex Fletcher who leads into the first corner down towards McRae's. Avison in second place, Alan Laidler in the Citroen Saxo third, and Flynn Watts, one of our newcomers, in the Suzuki Swift in fourth place. A 5-lap race then, as we said, just 1 point in it coming into this final round between Alex Fletcher and James Avison. Over the bumps they go, coming through towards the resumption of tarmac on this short but very spectacular Knockhill circuit. And Avison a little bit sideways there in that Mark 1 Ford Focus, but he holds it together. He needs to beat Alex Fletcher here, the Loughborough College lecturer in that Honda Civic, and he's gone wide onto the grass goes James Avison. He's hit the tyres. Disaster for James Avison. That could have lost him the championship right there. He's dropped to fourth behind Flynn Watts, who's up in the second place. Alan Laidler third in the Saxo. This is all playing into the hands of Alex Fletcher. Car looked after by motorsport students at Loughborough College. They'll be jumping for joy in the paddock. It looks like their man is heading for the championship. Bring a little bit wide there is the Suzuki Swift, and somebody else in the tyres, Alan Laidler, skittles the tyre stacks at McRae's. That sent Avison out wide into the gravel. And surely his challenge for the championship is now over. There's debris everywhere at McRae's. Marshall's charging forward to put the tyre stacks back. Fair play to our marshalling team here at Knockhill, braving the weather. We couldn't go racing without them. Flynn Watt up there in second on his debut in the little Suzuki Swift. This All-Tool UK and AVO suspension modified category A final. Now Flynn Watt's running wide. He almost hits the tyres at the triangle. This is all playing into Fletcher's hands. He's the only one who hasn't hit anything so far. Meanwhile, Laidler up there in third in the Saxo. He's had a troubled season, had all manner of car problems at the last round at Pembury, being challenged by James Avison. I think his chance of the title has almost gone now. Fletcher leads it from Flynn Watts down into McRae's for the third time. Battle for third between Laidler and Avison, and there's contact, and off goes Laidler. He's heading for Dunfermline. Spins out onto the tarmac circuit. Tries to get it going again. It's about sums his season up, that does, the unfortunate Alan Laidler. Alex Fletcher's heading for the All-Tool UK Avio Suspension Modified Championship. Flynn Watts, the newcomer, up there in second in the Suzuki. The other two well behind after that tangle. Here comes James Avison, trying to catch them, but surely he's going to run out of time in the Sparshap-sponsored Ford Focus. He is the man behind All-Tool UK, James Avison, sponsor and racer. Clips more tyres on the inside. He's picked up part of the tyre stack there on the right front corner of the car. This is chaos. Alex Fletcher continues to lead into lap 4 with Flynn Watt chasing, and now he's locked up. He's lost his in McRae. This isn't motor racing, it's target practice. Flynn Watt has hit the tyres again. The marshals are going to be fed up with these drivers. They've had so much work to do down there at McRae's. James Avison's Focus, look at the state of that, doing an impression of a steam locomotive, and Alan Laidler's in the tyres on the bottom straights. That's blocking half the course there. I think this race may have to be stopped if he doesn't get out from there. Leader slowing, yes, the red flag is out. That was perhaps the most inevitable outcome of that race. Absolute mayhem from the All-Tool UK Avio Suspension Modified category. Alan Laidler in the tyre wall. That's a great shame in. What a disastrous season he's had. Well, the result has been declared at the end of lap 2. Alex Fletcher the winner ahead of Flynn Watts and James Avison, with Alan Laidler a non-finisher. He brought out the red flag, and that means that the title does go to Alex Fletcher. The Loughborough College team will celebrate the championship just 4 points ahead of James Avison. Laidler third, Steve Gaunt, Chris Smith, Dave Hughes and Rob Tinto all absent today. They complete the first set.
Well, joining me now after a very intense race is Mr. Alex Fletcher. Very well done, Alex.
Lovely, thanks, Steve. That was intense and different. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, good fun, and wow, that's the championship. So yeah, what a win, and yeah, pleased to take the win, and just so grateful to be here. And you know, obviously all our sponsors have made it possible, and you know, getting the college here and them experiencing this and to bring home the championship, oh, they'll be amazed. So that's brilliant.
It's been a great day and a great year for you.
Yeah. I mean, over the year I've not finished any lower than second, so that is just amazing. And as you know, my background, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for an anonymous donor due to my cancer treatment. So I would take that any day. That is just amazing. So just to have the privilege of being here, you know, getting the students here, working on the car, they've been amazing this weekend. So it really caps it all off. So yeah, brilliant.
Congratulations, Alex. I'm delighted for you. Well done.
Lovely. Cheers, Steve. Cheers.
Well, now we move on to what should have been the combined 4x4 Classes A final and the rally car category. Unfortunately, there was only one entry in the 4x4s. That was Clubman 4x4 driver Graham Reed's Nissan Pulsar, and that broke down in Heat 1. So we've just got the one rally car entry here today, the very nice wide-arched Ford Escort R3, the Mark III Escort of local man Ian Biaggi, the ex-Suzuki Swift Sport Rallycross racer, and he's running this race alone. He ran in his heats in with the pre-95 Classic category. He gets a chance to do some laps on his own in his rally spec wide-arch Mark III Ford Escort. It's a lovely looking car, isn't it? So no entries this weekend, sadly, in the production 4x4 category, sponsored by Cooper Tyres. That's already been won by Thomas Ramanauskas in his Mitsubishi earlier in the season. David Bell will take the Clubman 4x4 title. Ian Biaggi allowed to get some solo running in, and he comes in to take the checkered flag. The local hero in the Mark III Escort takes the flag. And as we say in the heats with the pre-95 Classic division, we get some solo running at the end of the day. Ian Biaggi completing his 5 laps in a time of 4:44.158. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at the points in the 4x4 division. The Cooper Tyres production 4x4 already won by the Lithuanian driver Thomas Ramanauskas in his first season of Rallycross with his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4 ahead of Paul Davis and Chris Baker in their Subarus. On the SJ Wheeler Clubman 4x4s won by David Bell in the All-4 Mini Countryman ahead of Graham Reed, Michael Boak and Martin Hawks. Next up on track, more Mini action. This is the final round of the Bone Street Autos BMW Mini Rallycross category. Andrew Hawks looking to retain the title. He won 2 of the heats. His chief rival, Abby McGuinness, fresh from her first A final win at Pembrey a couple of rounds ago. She won Heat 3. It's the grey and red car in the middle there, two rivals, Harvey Harman and Stephen Bleasdale, third of the rallycrossing brothers. And it's Andrew Hawkes who leads the way. Car repaired after some mechanical issues in the last round at Pembrey. Nearly loses it on the curb there, coming out of Duffer Stip into McRae's. Abby McGuinness chasing in second place, another ex-mini stocks racer from the short ovals, former rival of Owen Robbins. In the mini stocks, she was overjoyed to get her first A final win at Pembrey after Andy Hawkes suffered a few gremlins. Andy's car is repaired, the Hawkes Fire sponsored machine. Hawkes family running their fire extinguisher business. Looking to extinguish his opposition here as he leads Abby McGuinness. Third place it is Stephen Bleasdale ahead of Harvey Harman, the two white cars behind. There's Bleasdale. In fact, he's got past Abby McGuinness there round the outside, but I think he may have overshot the triangle. No, he's up there in second place. Good move by Stephen Bleasdale, the youngest of the three brothers. Maybe we'll see him in one of the family's very quick Vauxhall VX220s next season. We'll see Darren out in his in the super modified category later on. The champion-elect in the overall standings this year. Andy Hawkes has pulled away. Abby McGuinness through into second through Duffer Stip. She's up there in second place, one of the leading ladies of BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross. Now, can she catch Andy Hawkes? Andy only needs a decent finish here to retain the Bone Street Autos BMW Mini title. Those are an extensive rallycrossing family. We've seen James Hawkes make his debut in the juniors this year in his Swift. Out onto the tarmac. Stephen Bleasdale still third ahead of Harvey Harman in one of the Bell Rallycross cars prepared by David Bell, this year's Clubman 4x4 champion. He's a little strung out now. Can Abby McGuinness get a move on here and try and catch Andy Hawkes? The main battle is for third between Bleasdale and Harman. It's Jason Bleasdale, the reigning BTRDA Clubman's overall champion. He's been contesting the British Rallycross Championship this year and has won his category title in that, the Super National title. Darren Bleasdale will see out in Super Modified later on. I think only needs to start the round today to start the A final in order to take the title. Keep the overall title in the Bleasdale family. More of that later though. BMW Minis continue to battle. 2 laps to go this time for Andy Hawkes. Looks like he's heading for the championship. Stephen Bleasdale still holding third ahead of Harvey Harman in the Bell Rallycross BMW Mini. Distinctive white, red and blue colours. Through the triangle. A little bit wide there, Harman. Stephen Bleasdale going well here. Could be his best ever finish, I think, in third place. Andy Hawkes has been able to pull away. That's black and green number 18 has got the straight line advantage over Abby McGuinness. Can she catch him? I think she's quicker over the loose section at the bottom of the circuit. They're heading towards that now for the penultimate time. It's Bone Street Autos BMW Mini A5. First year that the BMW Minis have run as a standalone category. They ran in with the Super Modified last season. They produced numbers sufficient this year to run their own championship, and very evenly matched they've proven these 1600cc BMW Mini Cooper S's. McGuinness is starting to get the gap down here in the 614 car. Nice to cut to the inside out of the triangle. There's the last lap board from the marshals. Up the top straight they come, under the Beatson's Building Supplies Bridge, down to Duffer Stip, here at the home of Scottish Motorsport at Knockhill. See, the gap has come down. Can Abby McGuinness do it? It's only about 3 car lengths in it now. To the loose they come. This is where McGuinness is stronger. Can she spring a surprise here? Andy Hawkes still leads. We're on the last lap now. Onto the loose they come, and she's definitely getting closer. Andy Hawkes is going to have to start watching his mirrors here. Yes, she's been a couple of car lengths now. Andy Hawkes will look behind him and think, my goodness, McGuinness, as she closes up over the loose there. Onto the tarmac they come. And yes, she's right there with him, Abby McGuinness. Into the triangle. I don't think she's quite going to get close enough to make a move. That's a determined drive by Abby McGuinness, but it's going to be a win for Andy Hawkes, and he retains the BMW Mini Championship. Second goes to Abby McGuinness, and here comes the battle for third out of the final corner. Stephen Bleasdale just holds off Harvey Harman. 2 races in one there, really, for the Bone Street Autos BMW Minis. Andy Hawkes acknowledges the spectators and the marshals on his slow-down lap. He retains the Bone Street Autos BMW Mini Rallycross Championship. Great drive by Andy, taking the win by only 0.4 of a second in the end there, and Stephen Bleasdale beating Harvey Harman by a similar margin for third place. What a great season the Bone Street Autos BMW Mini category has had. Andy Hawkes taking the title by 15 points ahead of Abby McGuinness. Nick Abbott absent today, taking third ahead of Wesley Wickens, then Ansco Pitkin and the Finnish driver, Harrison Barnes, Max Langmaid and Martin Hawkes rounding out the top 8 places in the championship.
Well, what a thrilling race that was. And leading the pack was Andy. Andy, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a good start again, and just kept me foot in, and I could see Abby creeping up on me, and I was thinking, oh, not another lap, she's going to be on me, but the checker flag came out and I won it, and I got the championship again. So great day's racing. Competition's been fantastic, and I really loved it, and thanks to all the marshals and everything on the track, because they've made it work today. But yeah, another great day's racing, another great season's racing, and another championship.
It can't be better than that for one day. And as though you can't get away from Abby. Oh. Abby, that was an amazing race. You've been so quick all day, but he just got you again.
He just got me on the start, and when Andy's in front, Andy stays in front. It's the way it's always been. So really good to keep up with him.
Congratulations on second in the championship.
On winning.
But no, it's been great.
Yeah, and it's been great to watch you both all through the season, and looking forward to some more next year.
Yeah, not sure what I'm doing next year. I might be going to do a Fat Mini. I don't know yet, but we'll wait and see.
Well, I can't wait.
Thank you.
Congrats to both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up on the schedule, it is the final for the Melius Limited Pre-95 Classic Division. Champion-elect Lee Wood on 2 of the heats. He starts on pole in his Mark II Escort, and David Ewan, the Cumbrian driver in the Ford Fiesta Evo, had a brilliant victory in the other heat. He lines up second on the grid. A good start by Dave Crockett in the Vauxhall Chevette, the Northern Irishman having a look up the inside. Wood who leads the way. David Ewan, already his best showing of the year so far, has had a fair number of problems with the Fiesta this year. He looks like he could have taken the lead into McRae's corner there, but through on the inside surges Lee Wood. He's determined to wrap up the title with a win today, and Crockett getting through for second as well as they go over the Big Dipper. David Ewan, the farmer from Cumbria, at the wheel of this Mitsubishi-powered Ford Fiesta Evo. He said he's had a fair few technical problems with the car this year. Was out in his backup Ford Fiesta, the front-wheel drive Fiesta, earlier this season. He's there in third place. Brilliant heat win earlier on. In one of the heats had a huge spin coming out of the final corner, across the line after a full 360. Hoping for no 360s here. The Motor Whip Escort of Lee Wood. He leads the way from Dave Crockett in second in the Chevette. Ewan is third. Fourth is David Attwell in the Vauxhall Nova. Further back in the order, David Martin in the Peugeot 205. You don't have to be called David to race in this category, but it helps. Lee Wood leading all the Davids at the moment. Jamie McBain up there as well in his 205. Had a win at Pembrey a few weeks ago, and he's pulling off onto the tarmac circuit. Jamie McBain's got a problem. He's out of it, sadly. The other car towards the back of the field there, Helen Crooks in her Classic Mini. We've seen her son Todd racing his BMW Mini this season. Well, good to see Helen back out. She's set to retain the Classic Mini category type. Wood leads it from Crockett, Ewan, David Attwell's Vauxhall Nova. In fourth place, he's racing in another category today as well, the FIA Cross Car Division. David Ewan a bit wide there through the triangle. That's where he spun over the line in one of his heats earlier on. The experienced racing driver, raced bangers for many years on the short ovals before moving to Rallycross. It's Lee Wood out front ahead of Crockett, the Northern Irishman second in that beautiful Chevette HSE. David Ewan could be on for his best results of the season. Fourth is Attwell. David Martin in the Stutchbury family prepared Peugeot 205 is fifth. Bottom of the course they go. Lee Wood continues to lead. David Ewan, the rear-wheel drive Ford Fiesta, trying to close on Crockett for second place. Great reactions from the paddock and in the crowd earlier on when David took a heat win. Only win this year. Can he make it a heat and final double here? The board briefly went out there, but by my reckoning we've got 2 laps to go, not 1. There's Attwell in fourth place. Chevette pulls away in a straight line in second, but it doesn't look like they're going to catch Lee Wood. He's heading for the Melius Limited Pre-95 Classic title for 2022. Board with Ewan once again, sliding his way out of McRae's corner. Very much in the style of legendary Colin McRae, Jimmy McRae, and it's Alistair McRae. We've got Max McRae, Alistair's son, on his way up in rallying now as well. Jimmy McRae did indeed drive for the Works Vauxhall team in a Chevette similar to that of Dave Crockett's here. There's Attwell fourth in his Nova. Towards the triangle to start their final lap of the season for the classic category. It's a little bit out of shape there. Lee Wood continues to lead. The board goes out. Last lap. David Ewing not letting the two in front get away. Attwell on his own in fourth. David Martin and Helen Crooks still running further back. We've lost Jamie McBain with mechanical problems. Is Crockett going to close up on Wood here and try and take the lead through the triangle for the final time? David Ewing's got the grandstand view in third place. The Cumbrian veteran of motorsports still there in third. Certainly a fan's favourite, David Ewing. Very pleased with his efforts here in Scotland. For his best result of the season so far, but on for the title is Lee Wood in the motor-equipped Mark II Escort. Stunning looking machine, and Lee's had a stunning season in it. He's heading for victory. Crockett in second place. We ride with Ewing through the final corner, and Crockett's running wide. Ewing could get through the second place here on the run to the line, and Crockett nearly hits the pit wall. A photo finish for second place. Dave Crockett just saved it there. I think he hung on. We'll wait and confirm in a moment, but Lee Wood has won it, and he wins the Pre-95 Classic title. Meanwhile, Helen Crooks, we see at the back of the field, she'll win the Classic Mini title for another year. Wood the winner ahead of Crockett, who just held off David Ewing on the line despite that mistake through the final turn. David Attwell takes fourth ahead of David Martin in the Peugeot. Helen Crooks the final finisher. We lost Jamie McBain after a couple of laps. Lee Wood takes the title then by 11 points ahead of Dave Crockett. David Attwell a fine third, then Jamie McBain, Mark Jones with the Toyota MR2, and John Cross in the Lancia Stratos replica absent today. No Richard Moroney either after his fire at Pembrey, and David Ewing completes the top 8.
What an entertaining race that was. Lee, what was it like for you?
We had to get the start. It was all from the start because following someone in that round the back is quite horrendous. So no, we managed to get the start just, and then we just went from there. So just keep it in the middle bit roughly, and just keep in your mirrors and just look for what's going on. So
how much time were you looking in the mirrors? Because there's a lot of action going on right behind you.
I could see it all going on behind me, but your vision sort of gets lost halfway around the bend. So no, you have a quick look and then see where everyone is, and then just keep your foot planted.
And what were the conditions like during the race?
It's just getting progressively slippier, so it's just look at your braking points, just make sure that you're stable within the car and just don't overdrive it really. So, well, it's easier to say that after now, but it's just a frantic mess in the car really.
Well, no one can shake their head at you with your performance today and throughout the year. A very worthy champion.
Thank you very much. No, it's been a great season and loved it, and yeah, we're back again for another try.
Glad to hear it. We'll see you then.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you.
Next up is the final race of the season for the FIA Cross Car category, the little 600cc buggies. Luke Holly and David Attwell. We've seen him in his Vauxhall Nova already, about to have a match race. The two entries today. David Attwell won 2 of the heats. Luke Holly won 1. We get underway. It is Attwell, the number 5 on the inside, who leads them away. Luke Holly all set to raise the championship today, though his only regular rival this season, Paul Batson, not out this weekend. Into McRae's they go for the first time. It is David Attwell. That little buggy, certainly different to his usual Vauxhall Nova in the classic category. He leads the way ahead of Luke Holly. A new innovation this season for the Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship, the little 600cc cross car buggies. Perfectly suited to the bumpy surface of the Big Dipper straight there. Knockhill, some sparks flying as they come back onto the tarmac. Luke Holly will know that he doesn't need to push for victory here. His only rival in the points, Paul Batson, is not here at Knockhill, so Luke Holly is going to win the title. We've seen a couple of guest drives in the series this season. Former British Rallycross champion turned commentator Dan Rook has raced in them at Pembrey. We also saw Corey Paget, the junior driver, make his adult rallycross debut in one of these machines prior to his appearance in the junior cross car category at the FIA World Motorsport Games in France. Bit of a mistake there by Holly, running wide onto the gravel at McRae's. We saw David Ewing do that on the first lap of the classic final. He ruined that mistake, David Ewing. If he hadn't run wide there, he may well have taken his first final win in many seasons. Luke Holly staying with David Attwell. You've got a match race on our hands between the two little 600cc machines, and Holly has a look on the inside, gets a little bit crossed up in his cross car. Nearly lost it there. That could have taken both of them out, but they held it together. Really spectacular little machines these are. Well, this championship, sponsored by Autosport International, the racing car show, held at the Birmingham NEC every January. I, for one, would love to see these little buggies racing around the live action arena at the NEC. They'll be perfectly suited to it. You see autograss cars racing in there every year, and of course the rallycross cars, so it would be perfect to see the cross car buggies in the arena. I would love to see these little cars racing on a motocross course as well. They'd be suited probably well to the big jumps as Holly tries to go side by side. I don't think you get two cars side by side through there. David Attwell holds his lead into the triangle. Part of the old short oval course, not used for several seasons now here at Knockhill. Knockhill replaced really as a short oval venue when HRP Lochgelly Raceway, we've seen the Formula 1 stock cars race a few times, opened a few years back. Home of Scottish Oval Racing, the Cowdenbeath Race Wall. Saloon stock cars and much more. Holly not giving David Attwell any peace here in this match race between the two buggies. He knows he's going to win the championship. It's inaugural season for the FIA Cross Cars in Britain. They made their debut at Lytton earlier this year down at the other end of the UK in Kent. Championship's been to Pembrey in South Wales, they've been to Blighton Park in Lincolnshire as well. Brilliant season it's been again. Holly attacks into the triangle, to the top straight. The last lap board is out for David Attwell, looking for a final win on his debut, looking to complete a hat-trick. 2 wins in the heats to Luke Holly's 1. Down to Duffer Stip. Out of there, the tarmac circuits, made famous by British touring cars, turns left, but the rallycross cars turn right into McRae's. Into the loose section through this Big Dipper section, as we call it. See the buggies bouncing away there. Spectacular to watch, great fun to race as well. Luke Holly tries again, up the outside. He's really giving David Attwell a run for his money in the closing stages here. I don't think he's quite going to out-drag him on the run to the line, though. He's trying. Oh, he nearly goes into the back of him, runs wide, trying to get around the outside, now to the inside. Is Luke Holly going to drag alongside, or is Attwell going to hang on? It's going to almost side by side, but Attwell wins it just ahead of Luke Holly. A great race between those two buggies, and that proves you only need 2 cars for a good race in rallycross. David Attwell the winner by a very small margin there, 0.21 of a second to be precise, over Luke Holly in our FIA Cross Car Rallycross final. David Attwell a winner on his debut then here at Knockhill in the category, but it is Luke Holly who takes the title, some 40 points clear of the absent Paul Batson. Corey Paget in 3rd place in the series following the double header at Pembrey last time out. David Attwell, who in his debut today completes the 4-point score, as Dan Rook, of course, was not registered for points.
So, here after a very intense race is our winner, David Attwell.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a day. Tricky conditions with obviously getting out of a front-wheel drive car into the yard car. But yeah, the racing, Luke's been on my tail. He's been giving me a run for my money. We've got a suspension issue. He's got a bit of an engine underpowered issue. So between the two of us, we were trying to fight each other to, But no, through the loose, it was really, really hard in the yard car. I was bouncing around with the shocks not working. But yeah, no, it's been a really, really good day. And for the first time, in the kart, which I did an autocross meeting. But for the first time in the car, I'm really happy with my result. I know there was only a couple of us, but winning's winning, as they say in that. So it's but no, thanks to Alan and Luke as well for obviously getting the car over. And they do what they can. They've brought it up to Scotland for me, because I brought the Nova up. So yeah, it's been a good day, very good day.
And battling with differing conditions out there on track as the weather has changed.
Wet, then dry, then wet again, and then obviously downpour while we were out there. You're trying to fight with all the different angles getting thrown at you, but that's racing. You've got to try and keep up with the weather changes, especially when you're in lovely sunny Scotland.
and especially in Rallycross, which of course does have the two types of track. You've got the tarmac and the very loose here.
Very. You come off the loose and you're straight onto the tarmac, but for a couple of 100 yards you're still on the loose because the tarmac's got all the mud dragged off, which and obviously your first corner, which is behind us, you come into that with tires which are all greased up, mudded up, and you push on and this is another learning curve, but no, it's been a very good day, and the like I said, the challenges we've had have been very good. So but I've been very happy with the yard car.
Well, sounds exciting, and for today, well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Next up, the title still to be decided in the SG Haulage production category. Charlie Titcomb and Charlie Moroney in their Citroen Saxos are the contenders. Charlie Moroney's on pole position, having won 2 of the heats. The other heat won by Mark Henry in the Alfa Romeo 147. Good start by Sam Noy from the outside the front row in the grey Saxo. Charlie Titcomb in the 401 car is back in the pack. It is Charlie Moroney, the number 7 car, who will lead into the first corner. Noy in second, Mark Henry third. The Citroen C2 of James Ash nearly loses it there coming down Duffer Stip. It is so slippery, that section of the circuit. He's got Dan Cofield behind him in the Peugeot 206. John Rook, the championship manager, in the Peugeot 106, and Graham Cuthbert's Citroen C2 round out the field. But it is Charlie Moroney who leads the way in a backup car of the last couple of rounds of this series after a rollover in his regular orange Saxo earlier this season, unfortunately. Thankfully he was unhurt. It's not been a happy season for the Moroneys, with Richard Moroney, his father, having suffered a fire at Pembrey in his Escort, which has ended his season early. So Charlie looking to turn things around by winning the title here, and he leads Sam Noy up there in second in the Saxo. He's got Mark Henry in the unique to Rallycross Alpha 147 on his tail. Then it's Charlie Titcomb. There's Ash and Cofield battling it out, so Henry gets 2 wheels on the grass there in the Alpha, and Charlie Titcomb breezes past both of them down the outside, side by side with Sam Noy. Noy later on the brakes holds second place. Mark Henry in 4th place. Now he needs to be careful, because Alfa Romeo, those with memories of the BTCC, don't have much luck here at Knockhill. And Sam Noy, well, I was about to say Alfa Romeo's famous for rolling over at Knockhill, and Sam Noy nearly rolled it there. He hit the tyres on the outside of McRae's and right up on the 2 wheels. As we were saying there, of course, it was Gabriele Tarquini back in 1994 who rolled his Alpha with an assist from Tim Harvey's Renault in the British touring cars. Charlie Titcomb has come through as a result. That is challenging the leader. Oh, he's locked up. He spins around and into the barrier on the inside there, into the markers. Now, can Charlie Titcomb get going again? The 401, he's trying to. No, he's lost the engine. I think Charlie Titcomb's out. Well, we've lost the 401, and that's going to hand the title to Charlie Moroney in the number 7 car, as John Rook around the outside of James Ash. The Peugeot 106 makes up a place. It's all happening here in this A final for the SG Haulage production category. Mark Henry is up in the 2nd place. Sam Noy under fire. Excuse me, says Dan Cofield in the Peugeot 206. Noy down to 4th. He's got through McRae's this time, went wide and hit the bank earlier on, almost rolled it. Henry still chasing Charlie Moroney, who is well clear. He's heading for the SG Haulage production category championship. Seen a couple of production drivers win the overall championship in recent years. Jeff Hope Davies, the Welshman, in 2017, and in the shortened 2020 season it was Dale Ford in his Citroen Saxo as well. Dale Ford having briefly competed in the modified division with his in the super modified division this year with his new Vauxhall Corsa early in the year. Cofield going well up there in the 206 in 3rd place, his 2nd season in Rallycross. Sam Noy in 4th. John Rook, the championship manager. So much for this championship, alongside the championship coordinator Jordine Crooks, who we've seen race occasionally in this category in one of Joe Miskowskis' Citroen C2, who's Britain's fastest nurse, as we call her. She does so much behind the scenes as well. Full credit to her and to John Rook, who's further back in the Peugeot 106 in 5th place ahead of James Ash and Graham Cuthbert, the 2 Citroen C2s. Charlie Titcomb sadly is out of it. That has unsealed the championship. You can see the damage there on the left of Sam Noy's car where he hit the bank earlier on. Thankfully Mark Henry has kept the Alfa Romeo on all 4 wheels. He picked up some damage in the last round at Pembrey. bit of a smash with Andrew Smith in his Renault Clio. It's Charlie Moroney out front on the last lap now. He's kept his nose clean all the way. Mark Henry on for, I think, his best ever result in the Alpha, second place in an A final. Likewise, Dan Cofield, two of the regulars not out this weekend. A long way to go for many of these drivers to Knockhill. There's the battle between Rook and James Ash in the C2. A lot of problems with that car this season, James Ash, so pleased to make it to the end of this A final. Here comes Charlie Moroney. Back after his rollover at Blyton earlier in the season, had to switch to a backup car, but it's worked for him. Coming in for his first Rallycross title, the SG Haulage production category is won by Charlie Moroney. Mark Henry, a brilliant second in the Alpha, just ahead of Dan Cofield. Sam Noy is fourth, I think that's his best ever result as well. And here's the battle for fifth. John Rook holding off James Ash in the C2. Just about going to hold him off to the line. John Rook gets one of his best ever results as well in fifth. Ash will be sixth, and Graham Cuthbert in the final finisher, the green C2 at the back of the field. Great shame for Charlie Titcomb. Spun into the barriers on the inside of the triangle, damage to the car, and he was unable to continue, allowing Charlie Moroney to win the race and the championship. Charlie Moroney has been on top of the points in production all season. Seals the title with the win, nearly 4 seconds ahead of Mark Henry, holding off Dan Cofield by less than half a second. Then Noy, Rook, Ash and Cuthbert. Charlie Titcomb sadly unable to get going again after that spin into the marker barriers. It is Charlie Moroney who finishes top of the points in some 13 points ahead of Charlie Titcomb, with Mark Henry an excellent third ahead of Dan Cofield. Carl Jarvis and Kai Mannering absent today, then James Ash and Darrell Ambrose completing the top 8.
What a race, Charlie.
Yeah, not a bad one, eh? Pretty full of action, that one, a little bit. Well, full of action just behind me anyway, but yeah, a pretty busy little race. He's not still there, is he?
No, I have checked, he's gone.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. No, it's not a nice way to end it, but that's racing, unfortunately, isn't it? Highs and lows of racing. But yeah, no, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
Well, with the cars so evenly matched, there wasn't much in it, and I think Charlie just sort of lost it under braking or just nudged the back of your car?
Yeah, slight mistake, which anyone can make. Human error, isn't it? Anyone can do that. It was a shame because I wanted to see if we could race together today but we haven't had, that was the first time we've had a chance to race and we didn't get to do it, but no, maybe next time.
Next time. So what's the plan for next year?
No idea yet. Options are open. I'm just not sure what to do yet. Still deciding.
But you can be guaranteed a plenty of support whatever you do.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, no, we'll look to next year and go from there. Perfect.
Well done on today's racing and also for the championship.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Now it's time for the AS Performance Super Modified Final. Darren Bleasdale on pole as ever in the Vauxhall VX220. Only needs to start this race, and he's done so to be confirmed as the overall champion. And he is already away and gone into the fog. We're on board with Todd Crooks in the BMW Mini, chasing Darren Scott in his Citroën C2. Bleasdale's already away at the front. It's Stan Boville, the Northern Irishman, in his Ford Escort in second place. Only 4 starters to this AS Performance Super Modified Final. Darren Bleasdale won 2 of the heats, sat out Heat 3, Stan Boville won that. Now Darren Scott on for second in the Super Modified points, but each driver in BTRDA Rallycross can only win 1 title as per the rules. So Darren Bleasdale's going to win the overall championship, and Darren Scott, second in the category points, will win the Super Modified championship. He's the first man behind the overall champion. Stan Boville in the rear-wheel drive Escort in second place. Bleasdale's away and gone in the car that his brother Jason won the title in last year. So it's going to be kept in the family. It looks as though Darren Bleasdale is, barring any mechanical problem, going to run unbeaten in A finals this year, as Todd Crooks up the inside takes Darren Scott in the C2 into third overall. A couple of cars didn't make it as far as the A final today. We lost Phil Chicken and Dave Watt in their Citroën C2s in the heats, and Richard Moore did qualify for the A final on his first attempt. Sadly hasn't taken the start. Richard's V8 engined Mercedes SLK, a brand new car to Rallycross. He's been preparing that throughout this year. Car partly built by one Martin Schanker, we're told. Mr. Rallycross, the Norwegian, the greatest rallycrosser of all time. Sadly, Richard Moore's Mercedes SLK with its 4-litre V8 engine not starting this A final. Darren Bleasdale, man from the northeast of England, is away and gone. He is heading for an unbeaten run of A finals this year. Unless Stan Beauville can catch him, unless any mechanical malady befalls the Vauxhall. It's going to be Bleasdale back-to-back. Jason won the title last year. I wonder if we'll see Steve Bleasdale make his move up from the BMW Minis and try and make it a hat-trick in this VX220 next season. It'd be great to see 3 VX220s out there, all 3 of the brothers together. So Stan Beauville in second place. He's keeping him honest here, the Northern Irishman, in the rear-wheel drive Escort. Spectacularly sideways. We've seen Sam Beauville out, of course, on occasions with his rear-wheel drive Astra. Todd Crooks in third place. We've seen his mother Helen win her category title today, the Classic Mini title. Already mentioned Todd Crooks' wife Jordine as well, the championship coordinator and occasional racer in the production category. Very much a rallycrossing family. Darren Scott at the back, but he's going to finish second in the super modified points, with Darren Bleasdale taking the overall title. Darren Scott will be the AS Performance super modified champion this year. Great to see Todd Crooks up there for an overall podium. They're coming round to start the final lap of the season here at Knockhill, the AS Performance super modified championship. Last lap for Darren Bleasdale. I don't think he's been led in A finals this season. Never mind beaten. Possibly at the start once or twice, but that VX220 is so quick off the line. As we've seen at Lytton, we've seen at Blighton, we've seen at Pembrey, and here at Knockhill. Stan Beauville's not going to catch it. And it's going to be a perfect score for the man from the northeast. Jason Bleasdale won the title in this VX220 in 2021. And Darren Bleasdale is going to repeat his feat in the VX220. Here he comes towards the final corner, and your 2022 Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross champion is Darren Bleasdale, with a perfect score of A finals in the AS Performance Super Modified category. Beauville comes over in second, Crooks third, Darren Scott fourth. He'll take the Super Modified title. To Darren Bleasdale, taking the win by just under 2.5 seconds ahead of Stan Beauville. Todd Crooks further back in third, Scott fourth, Richard Moore in the Mercedes, unfortunately failing to start. We lost Phil Chicken and Dave Watt in the heats. Confirm the points. A perfect score for Darren Bleasdale, could afford to drop one of his A final victories. Darren Scott takes the super modified title ahead of Chicken, Crooks, Michelle Swallow in the Porsche, and Gary Cook, Dale Ford and Stan Beauville completing the top 8.
Here with me is our overall champion for 2022, Darren Bleasdale. Congratulations, Darren.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Can't be any happier and prouder of the team and myself, really.
Well, yeah, you have driven very, very well and consistently right through the year, but the car's behaved itself and it's obviously very well put together.
Yeah, that's definitely, it's the reliability of the car wins the championships, and this is 2 in a row now, plus the British with Jason as well last year, and it's fantastic. He's been an amazing car, amazing team. Can't think of any better.
So how does it feel holding that silverware?
Feels very good. Yeah, keeping it in the keep the Bleasdale name on top. Jason's won the British. It's the domination of the Bleasdales. I'm proud of it.
Perhaps another Bleasdale gun on there for next year?
Possibly, yeah. We'll see what the next year brings. Now it's just one more round of the British and then celebrate over the winter and see what happens. Regroup, rebuild.
Well, all that's left for me to say is many congratulations on a very dominant performance right through the year, every round. It's been terrific watching you. You're a fantastic fella, and it's great to have you in the sport. So thank you for driving so well and being a very worthy champion.
Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been an amazing year. Thank you very much.
A final look at the overall point standings for 2022 then. Darren Bleasdale confirmed at the top ahead of Owen Robbins by some 11 points. The junior man in second ahead of Andy Hawkes. Then Lee Wood, the classic champion, Corey Padgett, Charlie Moroney, the production champion, Darren Scott and Abby McGuinness in the top 8 of the championship overall with all the categories combined together. Well, that wraps up the 2022 Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship. A wonderful season it has been. A huge thank you to everyone involved in the championship this year for making it a wonderful success. And thank you to all of you for watching. Goodbye for 2022.